What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over my June 2024 dividend income, where I received 10 paychecks. And as you can see, my portfolio is currently $63,000. I'll be doing a reveal video to show my current holdings in the near future. But with that being said, let's get right into this video. In my activity feed, you can see on June 3rd, I received $10.68 from American Waterworks. And then if we go over to that stock, you can see I have just under $2,000 in American Waterworks. And I have 13.95 shares at an average price of $140.16. Then if we go over the current price, I have 140.98, so I am down a little bit. However, this stock does have really good dividend growth at around 10% every year. Decent dividend yield of 2.17%. And let's just head on right into the next one. On June 4th, I received $8.73 from Johnson & Johnson, putting me at $19.41 for the month. Then if I go over to Johnson & Johnson, I have just over $1,100. I have 7.03 shares at an average price of $147.60. Then you can see they have a current price of $159.39. So I am up quite a bit on this stock. Have a pretty good dividend yield of 3.11%. However, Johnson & Johnson's dividend growth is not that great, but they're a solid, stable company, and that's why I continue to own them. Next up on June 6th is a Southern Company. They paid me $16.46, putting me at $35.87 for the month. As you can see, I have just under $2,000 in Southern Company. I have 22.85 shares, average price of $57.14, and a current price of $87.36. So that is a nice gain on Southern Company. And they have a decent dividend yield, 3.3%. Their dividend yield used to be a lot higher, but with this growth, that's why the dividend yield is lower. And they have a decent dividend growth rate in the 4 to 5% range. Nothing crazy, but this is a stable utility stock, so that's why I love to own it. Then next up, on June 13th, I received two dividends, $8.99 from Home Depot and then $3.80 from Microsoft, putting me at $48.66 for the month. And I have just under $1,500 in Home Depot, 3.99 shares at an average price of $287.40. And as you can see, it's grown a lot. I'm currently at $362.06 for the price. And then they have a decent dividend yield, 2.49%. However, Home Depot also has a really great dividend growth. And so that's why I like owning this stock too. Microsoft, just over $2,100. I own 5 shares at an average price of $221.07 and a current price $418.47. So Microsoft has almost doubled for me. I'm sure if you count all the dividend income I've earned from Microsoft, I probably have a 100% return on this stock. However, I've never sold it. I think Microsoft is one of the better companies in the world. They have great dividend growth at 9.8%. Even though their dividend yield is only 0.72%, all in all, this is an amazing company to hold. So I'm not going to sell it. Now, next up on June 14th, I received $24.84 from Realty Income, putting me at $73.05 for the month. And as you can see, I have just over $5,700 in Realty Income. This is one of my largest single stock holdings. I have 95.44 shares at an average price of $55.38. Current price, $60.05. So it's only a small gain. However, O Realty has a dividend yield of 5.26%, which is really high. And this is one of the more stable real estate stocks, REITs, However, recently, O Realty's dividend growth has been very low, mainly due to the high interest rates. It's looking like interest rates could go down, so we may see O Realty start to perform a lot better and increase their dividend growth. But all in all, I love owning Realty Income, some monthly paying stock, and I'm starting to get to a decent level where once I receive $25 a month from Realty Income, it'll automatically reinvest back into my portfolio. So next up on the 17th, I received $13.09 from Duke Energy. And if we go up to Duke Energy, I have just over $1,400 for 12.77 shares, average price of $88.32, and then current price of $112.30. So this is my other utility stock that has had a nice capital gain, and then it has a great dividend yield of 3.72%. And like Southern Company, it's a stable utility with about average dividend growth, the 4 to 5% range. So nothing crazy on dividend growth. However, they have that nice dividend yield, nice appreciation. So that's a stock that's not going anywhere for me. Next up, we have Waste Management, where I received $5.93 on June 21st, just over $1,600 in this stock, 7.9 shares, average price of $187.58. And then it's grown to $205.40 at the current price. They do have a lower dividend yield at 1.46%. And I want to say they grow their dividend about 7.7% every year, which is that's nice dividend growth. That means it's going to more than double every 10 years. And then Waste Management is one of those recession-proof stocks. You have to take out the trash. It's a solid company. I'm glad that I finally own it, and I'd like to put more money into it. And then last up, I received two stocks on June 28th from Pepsi and Avgo. Pepsi was $11.04. Avgo was $7.66. Then I'll show my monthly total after we review these stocks. So first up is Pepsi. I have just over $1,400 for 8.14 shares and an average price of $146.30. It's currently up quite a bit at $172.62. They do have a good dividend yield of 3.14%. And then Pepsi always increases their dividend by about 7% every year. And then one of the things I love about Pepsi is about half of their revenue is from snacks. So it's not just the drink, which is really cool. The next up, we have Broadcom or Avgo. I have just over $2,400 in this stock, 14.59 shares at an average share price of $81.65. I do believe they recently did a stock split, but the current price is $165.72. So I have doubled on this stock, and they currently have a really low dividend yield, 1.27%. But when I bought this stock, I want to say it was in the around the 4.3 to 4.5% dividend yield range. And their dividend growth used to be around 28% every year. I believe last year they increased their dividend by 14%, which even though that's a 50% reduction in their dividend growth, 14% is still amazing dividend growth. And then now let's go over to my dividend growth chart. As you can see, in the month of June, I received $111.22. So it was actually a pretty decent month. Let's see to compare. Well, actually, never mind. Now that I think about it, the reason June's dividend income is so low is because SCHD did not pay out in June. They paid out on July 1st. So if I compare June, the third month of the quarter, to March, which was $273.48, I actually had a really bad quarter as far as dividend income. But I decided not to count SCHD in June because technically it wasn't paid out in June. So stick around for my July 2024 video. It is a record-breaking month for dividend income, and the SCHD dividend that I received in July was amazing. And we actually have September coming up soon too. So I'm excited to see how much SCHD pays out in September because this is going to be one of my best quarters, the July, August, September quarter, Q3. So stick around for that, and I will see you guys next time.